Yo, welcome everybody to Games Over Plastic. This is episode number 26. I am Midnight, as always, joined by the two best co-hosts in the industry. We have the man, the myth, the legend, the man who has been doing basketball games all week long, but now he's ready to relax. Sean Mason. How you doing, sir?
Good. I was just just telling you guys it's the first day I've gone home this week. Gotten home before 7 o'clock. Yeah, it's been a week. We've had a lot of basketball games. We got our butt kicked in two of them. We won one of them. But it's a rebuilding year, so it's for the kids. I'm liking it. The kids are enjoying it. I have a lot of freshmen and sophomores on the team, so it's good.
Heck yeah. And last but not least, we have the Indian live service gaming maestro, the man with the new background and new camera, and everything is looking really good. Hodge, how we doing, sir?
I'm good. I appreciate everyone changing this recording time for me. My dad's birthday is tomorrow, and I'm driving home to see him. So that's normally when we record. So we're recording Friday night instead. So when the Xbox or PlayStation 6 gets revealed tomorrow, we're gonna miss that news. So we're not gonna be able to record about it. So it's a
Hodge,
shame,
the invoice is in the mail for you. Okay, the invoice is in the mail. So
good. It's gonna go straight to the trash can. So.
all right, perfect.
Right on. Right on. Happy birthday, Hodge's father.
Yes,
Hope he has a great day.
Big 6'4".
Next time he'll have to plan a little better not to interrupt our recordings, but that's okay. We worked around it.
How dare his birthday land on a Saturday this year?
Yeah, it was crazy. It's like a 1 in 7 chance almost.
I know.
Yeah. So, anyways, this is Games Over Plastic, the podcast for the agnostic gamers. If you're listening to us on YouTube at youtube.com/@gamesoverplastic with all the fancy graphics and stuff, know that this podcast is also available on audio platforms everywhere: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Cast, every cast. You can find us. Just look. Leave us 5-star ratings on audio services. Leave us likes and comments. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're enjoying what we're doing. And if you want to support this show, we don't make any money on this. We do it for the love. We would appreciate your support so we can eventually grow. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. We are, as always, going to be doing write-ins most weeks. So if you have a write-in, type a comment down below what your question is, and we may answer your question on a future episode like we're going to do in this episode. Let's go ahead and get started, as we like to do, with what we are playing. Let me see here. What order do we want to go this time, huh? Let's start with Sean. We're going to have Sean go first with what you're playing, because I know you had an addendum, I think, from last week. What have you been up to, sir?
So I've only been able to play one game in the entire last 2 weeks, and that's East 10. And I have to say, this game has really grown on me. I know last week I had said, I'm not really feeling it, but then I'd only played a few hours. I'm 25 hours into this game, and I am absolutely loving it. It is quickly become one of my favorite East games, and I think a lot of that has to do with the opening's a little slow of the game, but after you get the opening done, the world really opens up, and you get like basically not a pirate ship, but you get like a ship, and there's a lot of, it's like pretty much open world. You can go to different islands, discover different things. You can run into other enemies on ships and fight them. There's ship combat, which I'm not the biggest fan of ship combat usually in games, but this isn't too bad. It's not like overwhelming, and there are certain encounters where you have to board an enemy ship and go on and defeat the enemies. And I find that the story has really picked up, in that Karja, who's like the female protagonist, has really grown on me a lot. She,
as I predicted,
yep, yes, you did. You're right. Okay, unlike the Steelers prediction you made.
yeah.
No, but yeah, Karja has really grown on me. She's a really interesting backstory. She comes from a family of Normans, they're called, and in her life, her father is like the lead Norman of like the entire tribe, basically. But so she didn't really grow up with like a fatherly figure who was always there for her. So she had to learn a lot of things on her own. And she's kind of growing up during this journey, kind of learning how to be not just like an unfriendly person, basically. It's pretty good. I like it. I like Adel, who's the main character. He's the main character in all the games. The only thing I don't like is the thing I don't like about Yeast games is that he's like a silent protagonist, but like at sometimes he talks, but not always. So a lot of it is you just pick the dialogue option, but then it doesn't even show it in like a text box. It just kind of like assumes that like the other players hear it. But the combat's really fun. I'm really digging the combat. It is much more Souls-like as you go. Some of the bosses are ridiculously hard. The parrying system's awesome in the game. It's so different than any other Yeast game combat-wise. They have this mode called Duo mode, and that's just you and Karja are teamed up, and like you have to time your blocks by hitting like the R2 button or whatever, like the right trigger button, whatever you're playing on. And that essentially blocks the enemy attack, but then it like builds up this like powerful bar where if you get to a times 2, your attacks do a little bit more damage. It's pretty cool. They have a really good upgrade system called the release system, and you have to find like it's very similar to the if you're familiar, I know for the audience, if you're familiar with Final Fantasy X, the sphere grid system in Final Fantasy X, it's really familiar to that, and you can basically customize your character the way you want. Um, One of the really cool aspects of the game too, story wise, is that you're fighting these enemies that are called like Grieger, like they're called the Grieger, and there's these like they're just like these crazy creatures, and basically there's these half human Griegers who are like kind of like the leaders of all of them, and they can essentially turn like regular humans into these crazy creature Griegers who are these giant things who are running around the world, and they're super powerful. And you as Adel have this power that once you defeat them, you can purify them and they come back to like your, human self. And unsurprisingly, these ones that you the ones that you purify end up being like some of your companions that you are like already known, and they end up joining your party, and they help out in the ship, and they all have like a different role in the ship. One can provide upgrades for the ship. One's like a doctor; he can heal you. It's really, overall, I'm enjoying the story. 25 hours in, I'm getting close to the end of the game for like the main story, but I'm definitely gonna try to 100% everything. There's like quests and side quests. You have a little fishing game too. What's an NIS game without fishing? As all the Trails fans know, fishing's really easy in this game though compared to Trails.
Hmm.
But yeah, overall, it's a delightful game. Like I said, it's growing on me. It's right there. It's probably gonna be my. I wouldn't put it ahead of 7 or 8 Yeast, but it's definitely ahead of 9 for me. So I'm liking it a lot. And it's a younger Adel. He's only 17, so it's earlier in the timeline of the games.
Right on. Right on. What, Hodge?
I just, it's just every single time Sean talks about a game, he's like, "Yeah, it's the 14th in the series, and it's 500 hours long." It just makes me laugh that I feel like Octopath is the only series that's not like 10 games deep right now that you play.
Dude, I'm sorry. It's just that what's even crazier? You know what's even more confusing about these Yeast games though is that they don't go in chronological order. So Yeast 10 actually comes after Yeast 2. And it comes way before Yeast 7, 8, and 9. Like it's so confusing how they do it.
But it's all the same like world.
It's the same world, and you can play them basically in any order because they're standalone stories. They do make like references like Yeast 2. I mean, Yeast 10, the one I'm playing now. If you play like Yeast, I can't remember if it was 7. I can't remember if it was 7 or 8, but they make a reference back to like, oh, remember when you were, 17 and you were sailing the oceans on a ship? Because like the ship combat's like new for this game. It's not in the other ones. Yeah. And now like you're playing Yeast 10 and you're sailing the seas. So they all take place in the same world, and they do make little references, but they're like the cast usually changes every game except for Adel. He's usually the one consistent character. And then Yeast Origins, which is like takes place 400 years before any of the games. Those are all like brand new characters, and it basically sets up the world.
Right on, Sean. So Yeast 10 Nordics, a better pirate game than Skull and Bones. It sounds like.
Yeah, and Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag.
Whoa, shots fired there. Oh.
Well, you're not actually pirates. You're just kind of, you're on a ship.
But you can attack and board other ships. So
yes,
I have more
kind of pirate-ish.
I have more kinder look at Assassin's Creed than Sean does, but I hated the pirate combat in those games so much. And so when they're like, we're like Skull and Bones, which is based off the pirate parts of Assassin's Creed, I'm like, oh, my least favorite part. Can't wait to never play that game.
Skull and Bones, everyone's favorite game.
Damn, dude. People, Assassin's Creed fans are in shambles listening to this here, like Seahawk.
Dude, earlier today, I said
All
to
the people who
Seahawk,
love that.
I said today, if Shadows couldn't make me interested in an Assassin's Creed game, nothing will.
I played Black Flag. I didn't beat it. I played it pretty far and I dropped it, and I have no idea why.
I actually really liked it. I just hated the pirate part.
I enjoyed the combat.
Ship combat. I can't do the ship combat. I don't like it. But the rest of that game, I loved. My favorite is either that one or Origins. I haven't decided. But
Hodge, we know what game has the best ship combat, and that's Kingdom Hearts 3. Come on.
Yeah, I need to replay it.
All right, so East 10, good stuff, Sean. I also intend to play this one day, but I'm going to start with East 8. Will be my first game in that series.
Yeah, I would suggest 7 or 8 to start with.
It's going to be 8. I already own it, and I've heard it's great, so that's what I'm going to do.
The one that just came out was Memoir or whatever. Is that? I know it's like a remake, but which one's it a remake of?
Is it the first one? No, it's not the first one. It is a remake of. Hang on, I cannot remember exactly. I've not played the original of it, so because I've only played 7, 8, 9, and 10 in Origins now.
So, Sean, why did you decide that you wanted to play East 10 right now? I'm curious.
Because Daybreak comes out on the 14th of February, and I wanted to play a JRPG before then.
Okay. I'm going to be waiting because of I'm sure you heard about the Proud Nordics. They're coming out with the super version, kind of like Atlas did. So I'm going to wait for that. Also, I need to play 8 first anyway. So
I couldn't wait. I mean, you don't need to play 8 first. You technically don't need to play it. I mean, 8 comes later in the series, so.
Yeah, but I don't. I already own 8, and it's supposed to be the best game in the franchise, so why not start there?
That's true.
Yeah, why not? So, all right, so that's what Sean has been playing. Good stuff, good stuff. And I will defend one more time. I'll defend Assassin's Creed. Awesome franchise, love it. And the pirate combat in Black Flag was very fun. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the Black Flag remake so I can go back and actually replay it and finish it this time. Because I didn't finish it the first time. I got really far. I had a powerful ship. I was fighting like the boss ships out in the middle of the ocean or whatever. I don't remember why I quit though, but I did. Probably got distracted with Call of Duty or some bullshit. Yeah. But anyway.
That's usually why I fall off games. I just get distracted with another one.
Yeah. All right, let me go ahead and get into what I've been playing now. And I have been a busy boy. I have been a busy little beaver like Bucky. Shout out to Bucky. I wish I had some beaver nuggets, man. I need to get some. I would kill for some beaver nuggets. So I never let anybody lie to you and say that Midnight doesn't beat games, because Midnight beats fucking games. I have beaten 3 games since last time we spoke. 3 games. I finished Octopath 2. Octopath Traveler 2 from Square Enix, the Weeb JRPG with the HD 2D pixel art. This game was absolutely phenomenal. I will not go into much detail here, though, because we are going to be doing a spoiler cast. Sean and I are going to get together and we're going to be doing an Octopath Traveler 2 spoiler cast in which we're going to get in depth how great the game is, the story, our favorite characters, and all that stuff. If you're interested to know what myself and Sean think of this game, tune into the spoiler cast, which will probably be the next episode that we come out with the DLC. Even if you haven't beaten Octopath 2, you can still tune into that if you want, because the opening portion will be spoiler free, so you can still hear like what we thought at a high level, and then when we get in the spoilers, we'll tell you, and you can dip out. But I'll just say now, I don't want to completely blue balls you guys. I'll just say now that I did like the game. It was a great game. Octopath 2, awesome. Spoiler cast to come. Any comments on this? Probably not. Hodge, you'll never play this, will you?
No, I think I've said it on here before, but if not, I tried the demo for the first one when it was on Switch, like however many years ago that was, 5 years ago or whatever. Actually, not even longer. And 8 years, yeah. I loved because I played it purely because of the look of this game, because it is a stunning game. I haven't obviously played the second one, so I'm sure it looks even better, but I just didn't like the combat. It just didn't grab me, so I just never got to it. So I just knew I would never get to Octopath 2 either. But it's definitely not a game I would ever hate on. It's just it's not for me. So but it is awesome, and I'm happy you enjoyed it. And I know it's one of Sean's favorites of all time. So yeah, I'm happy you had fun with it.
Yes, sir. So more to come on that. Please look forward to it, as the Japanese love to say. The next game that I played, I was busy, like I said. I played Mafia Definitive Edition on the PlayStation 5. Shout out to PlayStation Plus subscription. Got it on there for free with
I
the
think it's
quote
also on Game
fingers.
Pass. I think it's on Game Pass too for those who are on
It
Xbox.
it is on Game
It was
Pass as
a,
well.
it was
Cool.
a, yeah, it was definitely on Game Pass.
So, but anyway, Mafia Definitive Edition. This is, of course, the first Mafia game I played and beat it. This was a great game. I very much enjoyed it. Awesome story. Really, 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 really good, Mafia story. Similar to, many movies that you might have seen, like The Godfather and Goodfellas and stuff. It has those same vibes. Some twists and some turns, some backstabbings, things like that. Ultimately not a super happy ending for anyone, but it was very good and very well told. And I am looking forward to playing the next Mafia game, which I will get to later this year. I have the Mafia 2 Definitive Edition, which is also on PlayStation Plus. So shout out to Sony holding it down, saving me a little bit of money with my subscription there. But yeah, it was great. I mean, the story was absolutely phenomenal, like 9.8 out of 10 style story. The graphics were phenomenal. Like they did a great job with this remake. Like it's high end graphics. It was really cool with the 1930s cars and music and the city and stuff. It is very linear. This is not an open world game, despite the fact that it takes place in an open world. It is very much mission to mission. You're just going from point to point. It's not like a GTA game where like you travel the open map and then you go somewhere and start the mission. Like the next mission automatically starts right up. So one ends, the next one automatically starts, and so you're on rails kind of. You could theoretically go off the rails and drive around, but nothing's really happening because you're in a mission. So, but it's good. I like it. No complaints at all. Mafia Definitive Edition. If you're a fan of Mafia stuff and you want a short game, it was only like 10-ish hours or so, I want to say.
Oh, really?
Something like that. So, yeah, it wasn't very long.
Okay. Because I've been looking at this game. It looks really cool. And obviously, as we've talked about, I love the Godfather game from back in the day. But the fact that it's not open world actually intrigues me a little more because that makes it a little more mainline to get through it. So, yeah, I didn't know it was that short. I might get to it sooner than later then.
Yeah, 10 and a half hours on how long to beat for the main story. And I played about 10 hours. So
cool.
I'm really interested in this game. My brother-in-law is a huge fan of the Mafia franchise, and he's been telling me to play it for like years now.
Mhm.
And I do want to get to this. And this is Mafia, the definitive edition of like Mafia 1 is one of his favorite games of all time. I heard the story is incredible.
Wow. Yeah, it's a really good story. And yeah, it like they created a full sandbox open world, but it's not really utilized in an open world way. It's more like just the missions take place in them. Like you'll do a lot of driving from point A to point B, and you might do a little driving to escape the cops, but you're mostly on rails. It's like you know where you're going. And what you have to do, and it's not super long. So yeah, I think you guys could definitely get into this, and it is free, which is a plus on both platforms. So that's what I've been playing there. Any other thoughts on that before I move on? All right.
No.
Last but not least, this is the one that there's been a little bit of drama about, and people I think are somewhat interested, maybe not, about what I think of this. I've been playing Batman Arkham City. Banger. This was on my list of games from our resolutions, I think. I said that I would play this, and I have. I beat the game today. Rolled the credits. I was saying in the Discord that I wasn't really feeling this game. This game was kind of mid. I was saying it was a 7 out of 10. I'm not a big fan of comic book stuff, really. I've kind of burnt out on that. Harley Quinn and Joker, super over the top and kind of cringy. Especially in the start, it was kind of abrasive going from like Mafia, which is like gritty, realistic kind of, to that where they're like, all crazy, kind of childish. But let me just say that I beat the game and I've come around on it. Now that I've beaten the game, this is not a bad game. This is not even a mid game. This is a good game. If I had to score it, I'm going to say it's an 8, maybe an 8.3 out of 10. I did enjoy it. I thought the story was really good. The story was awesome. I really liked the story. The combat was decent. It wasn't amazing, but it was decent. I know at the time the combat was really amazing and revolutionary with the what do they call it? Like the true motion or free
Free flow combat. Yeah,
I can't talk.
free throw.
Yeah, free throw. It was very revolutionary, but these days it's not as. But no, it's fun. It's good. The things that I didn't like about it, like I said, is some of the performances, especially at the very start, are like way over the top and kind of kiddish cringe like. But I think I settled into that vibe and the mood, and it didn't bother me at all towards the end. In fact, I even enjoyed it. The story was awesome. Combat was fun. The city was pretty big and expansive with stuff you can do. At times, it did feel like a big maze, trying to figure out exactly where you're supposed to go and what you're supposed to do, which was a little bit annoying, but I figured it out. Ultimately, I thought that I would just play this game and just mainline the story and not even touch the side quests and then just move on. But I actually enjoyed the game so much. I'm not done with it. I haven't uninstalled it. Tonight probably or tomorrow, I'm going to actually go finish the side quests. So I beat the game. The ending was awesome. There's a big death at the end, which I'm sure it won't be a permanent death somehow, but someone key died at the end, which was pretty cool, pretty interesting. And then I took over Catwoman. And as this was a side thing, this was post credits. I took over Catwoman, got her treasure back, and defeated a boss. So that was cool. Got that trophy. And now I'm back on Batman again, and I'm going to clean up some of these side missions. I'm going to save somebody's wife. I'm going to help Bane take out some stuff. So I'm enjoying it. All in all, this is not a bad game, and I like it. So it won me over. What do you guys think?
Dude, Arkham City's freaking amazing. I freaking love this game. And it's not even my favorite Arkham game, but I still freaking love it. I remember when I got this game, I got it like right beginning of December 2011, and we had a snow day from school, and I remember just playing it all day and just mainlining the story, beating that, and just going back and doing all the side missions, getting all the Riddler trophies. I freaking love this. I think that the combat is awesome. I love the free flow combat. I think it's so cool. When you like know how to use all the different gadgets and use all the different moves, it's so satisfying to just beat up these thugs. I thought the performance from Joker and Harley Quinn's awesome too. And the Riddler performance, I really like. I love the Riddler in that Arkham universe right now. Like, I think he does a great job, and I love getting all the Riddler trophies. I think it's fun. I think it's a great, different, like so many different puzzles. I love it.
No, I'm the exact same as you. It's one of those things I don't ever think about, like when someone asks like what do I like in games, but I love collectathons. Like I genuinely love doing that, like going around. There are games where where there's an exception, like Breath of Wild. I can't do all the fucking seeds. You have to have the Korok seeds. There's 900 of them or something, and then the first Assassin's Creed, there was like flags you had to collect, and I hate crap like that. But the Riddler trophies, it's fun because every single one is its own little puzzle and stuff. So yeah, I love that. I gotta ask you though, Midnight, did you pay respects to your parents in the alleyway?
I don't think so. Maybe.
Oh, there's some place on the map where if you go, you see the like the police outline of your parents' bodies in the alley, and you can like pay your respects to it. It's a weird little thing, but honestly, if I'm remembering right, the side missions were some of my favorite part of that game. Like, dude, if I remember,
the Hush side mission is freaking awesome.
Oh, I forgot about that. One? Yeah, dude,
the Hush side mission.
He's a villain. He has like bandages on his face. I
don't know who the fuck Hush is. Like,
like
I said, this isn't my thing. I'm not a comic guy.
1993.
So.
Graphic novel.
It's a really good but yeah, I remember loving the side missions and stuff. It's not a slog to do. Like some games when you're doing the side missions, like I just want to be done with this, but it's one of those where everyone has like its own really cool story, so you'll have some fun with it for sure.
Yeah, I know that there's a few that I definitely am going to do. Like you're working with Bane to destroy like the toxin or whatever, so I only have one more to destroy, so I'm going to do that. And then whatever comes of that, we'll see. And then there's another one where you have to rescue a wife that the Joker kidnapped, someone's wife. So I'm gonna do that. Got to get her back. And then I think that's about it. Like, because the other ones are like, I don't really care about. There's like, oh, rescue this medical team. I don't care. They can die. You know what I mean? I'm doing all the big story ones with the villains though. So.
Nice. And shout out to the Zaz missions with you have to go to the
phone calls,
random payphones. Yeah, those are freaking awesome.
Oh, are those good? Should I do that one too?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do
Dude,
that one too.
Victor Zsasz is awesome. I was actually kind of hoping, spoiler alert, no, kind of spoiler alert, there's a character in the Penguin TV show named Victor, and I was really hoping that he would somehow become Victor Zsasz, but he wasn't. But yeah, that he is such a cool villain. Honestly, he would work really well in like the Batman movies because he's just a serial killer with a bunch of scars on his face and or all over his body because he cuts every time he kills someone, he cuts a hash mark into his body, so he's just covered in hash marks all over his body because he's murdered so many people, and he's such a cool character. So yeah, he's awesome. Yeah, happy you enjoyed it.
Yeah, towards the end of the game, light spoilers here, not really, but kind of. I found Harley Quinn tied up, and I don't know why. They didn't really explain why she was tied up, or if they ever played that off.
They explain why.
Why?
I don't remember.
It's something I don't want to spoil it for everyone, but they explain why. I'll tell you. I'll write it in the message.
Okay, all right. Tell me afterwards. Yeah, because I mean, she was tied up to a post, and like I took the mask off her face or whatever, but I don't know what she did because she stole the. Well, I don't want to spoil stuff. Anyway, we'll keep it moving. It was good. It was a good game. It's not mid. Like I said, 8.2, 8.3 out of 10. That's my score. That's right. That's like an 82, 83. That's a good score. I did like it, and I will play probably Arkham Knight as well some point later this year or next year. Probably this year, though. We'll see.
I'm curious as to what your thought of that one will be.
I don't think he's going to like it.
It's
because how you started off with Arkham City, I don't think you're going to like it.
Well, I don't like puzzles and not knowing where I'm supposed to go.
Good luck there.
Oh, fuck.
I love Arkham City. Arkham City is my favorite one, but...
Okay. It's just Arkham Knight, the very split thing is the Batmobile. So you either you hate it or you love it. I didn't hate it. I just didn't like how much you had to use it. So that's kind of
I mean, I don't think you have to use it that much. I think if you overly use it when you don't have to use it, it feels like you're using it like all the time. Yeah. But like I never used it to drive around. I only used it when I had to.
Yeah, and the story for Arkham Knight is nowhere near as good as Arkham City, but it's still a very good game.
But I think some of the side quests are pretty awesome in Arkham City.
Arkham Knight? I can't remember which one is the one with the Mad Hatter side missions.
That's Arkham Knight. Okay,
yeah, I remember.
Awesome.
I remember loving those ones. So yeah, that's awesome.
All right, so that's Batman Arkham City. Hopefully everybody, puts down the pitchforks. I was catching a lot of smoke for saying that I thought the game was just like a 7 out of 10. People were really upset at me about that. Hodge was creating memes about me saying that I can't play games that aren't 100 hours. But I think let the history prove that's false because I beat Kena and loved it. I beat Mafia Definitive Edition and loved it, and now I've beat Batman and liked it a lot. So that should dispel the narrative that I only play 100-hour fantasy RPGs.
I like giving you shit.
Let's go ahead and move on now to Hodge. You are last but not least. What have you been playing, my friend?
Yeah. So I'm trying to get my way through indie. Not that I'm like. I didn't mean that to sound like it's a slog. It's just I'm trying to get through it because I have like 5 games I've been just kind of quickly shuffling between, and I need to get some of these off my plate. So I've been really pushing through indie. I was loving it. I really enjoy the gameplay and just kind of the going around the map and finding stuff. But there was a plot point, I'm obviously not going to spoil it here, that made me so fucking angry that it almost made me turn off the game and walk away from it. If you like at all the Indy 4 and 5, the movies, you won't hate it, but I fucking hate those movies. And so I hated what happened in the plot. I'm still going to see it through, obviously.
Don't tell me aliens showed up.
It's no aliens, thank God. But, yeah, the Kingdom of the Crystal Nutsack and Dial of Dysentery are 2 of the worst fucking movies I've ever seen in my life. So, but some people like them for some reason. So if you like those movies, you won't mind it. But I hated this moment so goddamn much that but I think I'm almost done with the game. So I'm just going to power through, finish it this weekend and whatnot. But it angered me so much. But the game itself is still very fun. Obviously, Machine Games gameplay is awesome. And I'm enjoying it all for that. Troy Baker's still great as Indy and everything. So, but just the plot. It almost killed the game for me.
Yeah,
So,
that
but
sucks.
it's even with the plot point, I would still at worst give it like a 7 out of 10 because I still really enjoy it. It's just it pissed me off so much. But yeah, that's all I have to really say about that. I don't know if you guys have anything to say about Indy. I know neither of you have played it yet, but
Haven't played it. Maybe if you beat the game, if you can find someone else who's interested, if you want to, you could do a spoiler cast, but only if you want
yeah,
to.
it's
But,
possible. I was thinking about that, or if once it comes to PlayStation, if Sean plays it, we can
I'm gonna
do
play
one
it when it
next
comes
year.
to PlayStation.
Yeah, so we could probably do
Or
it
if
next year.
yeah, I'll probably just do it next year.
Yeah.
I might play it one day, but it's just not a high priority. I got all these other games that I want to play a lot, like East 8. I want to play that soon.
It's one of
Yeah.
those games, like, if you're in love with Dishonored, I say play it as soon as you can, just because it does play like Dishonored in a lot of ways. But other than that, it's definitely not one I'm saying everyone needs to rush out and play. That's for sure. But the other game I've been playing, I only played it one night with a couple of the guys in our Discord. I played Marvel Rivals. They got me to download it. They had 5 people playing, so I was like, I'll be the 6th. So I downloaded it and hopped in with it. It's pretty fun. It's not the greatest game. It's kind of Overwatch light, but with a Marvel skin. So it's not the greatest game I've ever played, but it's fun if you're playing with buddies. I don't really have much to say about that. I was playing as Punisher most of the time because I'm just used to shooters, and so his gameplay felt most natural to me. So, but yeah, it's a good game. I wouldn't say like it's the greatest thing ever, and the fact that it's free is really cool. So got that going for it. But yeah, I don't have a lot to say about it. It's just a fun thing to play with some buddies. So yeah, that's all I've been playing.
All right. Right on. All right. Well, let's go ahead and just keep it moving, shall we? Let's get into what we have to talk about. Nintendo finally revealed the Switch 2. After every company in the world was airing it out, showing it off, they finally came out. They dropped a teaser trailer. They showed us what it looks like. They revealed that it was backwards compatible, which is awesome, of course. And all in all, it just looks pretty sweet. So let's just go ahead and talk about what were your guys' thoughts on the Switch 2 reveal. Sean, I'm gonna start with you. You love Nintendo. What you think?
I'm pretty excited for it. I'm a little disappointed in the name. I didn't want Switch 2. I wanted like Super Switch. I wanted like some type of something without a number. But overall, I'm pretty excited for it. I'm more excited just that they showed the new Mario Kart, where it looks like it's going to be like completely different with the 24 players, and there's some type of like open world like aspect to what people were thinking, because I watched a couple breakdown videos of it, and like they have like someone zoomed in like the Yoshi's Diner, and there's a place you can like pull out around back, and there's like deliberate parking spots, and it looks very different than a traditional Mario Kart. Also, I watched the video, and it broke down like how many the characters that are already confirmed for the game, and it looks pretty cool. I mean, they have Baby Mario, Baby Luigi, the standard characters, but then the redesign of Donkey Kong kind of has me kind of like torn a little bit. They're really doubling down on the movie version of Donkey Kong with Seth Rogen, and I really can't stand Seth Rogen's voice. So every time I see that Donkey Kong, I'm going to think of that. So I'm hoping it's just like for Mario Kart, or if it's like a skin option where you can like change your skin, because they had that in Mario Kart 8 with the Yoshis and the Shy Guys. So I'm hoping that would be just like a cool thing where you can just toggle it. You know, you can do the rare Donkey Kong from the rare days, or the movie version of Donkey Kong. But overall, I'm very excited for Switch 2. I can't wait. I'll have a lot more to say after the April Direct, where they show off probably a lot more games, probably get a release date, a price. I'm still guessing it's going to be $450. That's my guess.
Okay. And I will pay that gladly.
Me too.
Hodge, what were your thoughts about the Switch 2, sir?
My initial thought is it was a trailer that they throw out there saying, yes, we know you know it exists. Now shut up and leave us alone until we actually unveil it. But I did like you said, that they confirmed just straight out, like, it will play Switch games. It's have an asterisk of not all, but I'm guessing it's just stuff where like the Wii Sports one, or the Ring one, where you have to like put the controller. The controller probably won't fit in it, so that's probably like one that's not compatible, quote unquote. So I'm guessing it's stuff like that. It's not going to be like Breath of the Wild is not on Switch 2. It's not going to be something like that, or if it's a licensing issue or something like that. I think that's what it'll be
Similar to like what they did with like the Xbox backwards compatibility and like the PlayStation.
Yeah.
'Cause, you know,
Yeah.
PS5 was like, oh, certain games, but it's like 4 or 5 games.
Yeah,
I'm
but
sure all first and second party games will be.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Which so it's definitely, I don't think it's anything to worry about. If they come out with some weird one like, oh, sorry, we just couldn't get this to work, that'd be kind of weird. But I wouldn't be upset. But the only real disappointment I had with this trailer is, or the reveal in general, is I don't like the all gray system. I know I like the little accents of the colors, but when the Nintendo Switch was revealed, I got stuck with the gray one because it was so hard to find when it launched, and the red and blue looks so much better. The gray was just like, the second the OLED came out, I bought one because I wanted that black and white, because the gray is just so ugly. And so the fact that they're making it an all gray system with just like the accents really kind of, I just don't like it. But obviously, I'm not staring at my hand or at the controllers when I'm playing. I'm looking at the screen, which is way bigger, and so it's a bummer it's not OLED, but the screen looks great. I'm interested in the snap-on controllers, because I feel like if you hold it weird, you're just gonna pull them out on accident. Like, it just doesn't, like, the sliding click thing makes more sense to me than it's snapping in like that. So we'll have to obviously wait and see for that. But I'm excited that, I know Midnight's excited that Mario Kart has been confirmed. So you got that on your fantasy.
Well,
so
not confirmed for a release. I mean,
that's true.
you know, we
We
don't know.
it's going to be a launch
Oh,
title.
it's coming,
I would
boys.
be
It's
shocked
Listen,
if it
I'm gonna cope now that I'm gonna say it's not coming.
But I mean, Mario Odyssey wasn't a launch game, and that was at the reveal, so you never
still
know.
in the year though. It was still in the year though.
Yeah,
it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, it's definitely coming. But overall, I'm obviously excited. The fact that it's backwards compatible, like I said, had already immediately sold me on it, because that means I can play like Tears of the Kingdom. I have not played it yet, and I really want to. So now I'm just waiting for the Switch 2 to play it, because I want it to run a little better, because I know it ran a little sluggish on the Switch, but surprisingly not as bad as you would think with how terrible the the inner workings of a Switch is. But yeah, I'm excited for it. It's going to be awesome. And as for the price, honestly, anything under $500 in 2025 is a win. So if it's
good.
Yeah, if it's 400, 450, whatever, I'm excited for it out of the way. So yeah, I'm pumped for this system. I just wish that, I mean, who knows? Maybe they will have a reveal that there's another color scheme one like they did with the Switch. I don't know. But yeah, the name and the color are really the only two things that I'm not that excited about. But yeah, I'm excited to hear more in April about this thing. So
yeah, I would just say to that, like, just wait for April, because there probably will be a special edition with Mario Kart that they'll show off, which will probably be like black and red or something. Historically,
maybe.
that's usually what they do, black and red for Mario Kart. So that might be cool. If you're really patient, if you wait, they'll probably have a Zelda special edition one in like 2 years. It's like gold with a Triforce on it and stuff. And
yeah, I mean, they'll definitely have special edition Joy-Cons and systems and stuff like that. I'm definitely not worried about that. But it's just at launch. I doubt they'll have a Nintendo. I doubt they'd have a Mario Kart one at launch, because usually game specific ones aren't launch consoles. I feel like it'll just be a Switch with the game included in it, but I could be wrong. I don't know shit. So my dad doesn't work at Nintendo anymore, not since I was in elementary school.
Yeah, well, in the past they gave you like black and red. The system was black and like the Joy-Cons were red, and that was it really. But yeah, who knows?
I mean, that'd be cool. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I'm excited for it. So I will definitely be purchasing one if I'm able to get one. So
yeah. Okay, so my thoughts were pretty much the same as you guys. I was really excited. I was happy to see that they didn't pull another Wii U and decide that they weren't going to make it backwards compatible or something stupid. Yeah. I'm super thrilled that I'll be able to pick this up.
Was backwards compatible. The Wii U was backwards compatible.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. A Wii U moment is what I'm saying, by making an asinine decision. Because that would have been so dumb to not have backwards compatibility. And that would have killed my interest, because, I want to play these old Switch games that I missed. All right, so let's go ahead. And with that, we have two questions. One's a write-in, and one's one that I personally was curious about. So we'll start with mine first, because that's what I can do. Which game do you think you will play first on Switch 2? It could be a backwards compatible game or a launch window game. What are you going to play first? Hodge, what do you think?
I'm guessing. Well, I'm gonna play a new game first, just because I want to see what a new game looks like on a Switch. So probably Mario Kart 9, whenever, if that's like the only launch game. I don't know how many they're gonna have at launch. So that'll probably be the first one that I technically play. But the first one I'm gonna want to actually jump into and play all the way through is Tears of the Kingdom, just because I have missed out on that one. So I'm definitely gonna play that, and then probably Echoes of Wisdom, just because that is one of my resolution ones that I really want to play. So that, so those three, kind of cheated with the answer, but technically the first one will probably be Mario Kart 9, but then I want to play Tears of the Kingdom as well. So yeah, that'll probably be it for me.
Good stuff. Good picks. All right, I'll go next. We got to mix up the orders. So, Sean, can you guess what game I want to play? What am I most excited to play about? I wonder if you know me well enough. I've mentioned it before. What Nintendo game can cannot wait to play?
Yeah, Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Bingo. Good job, Hodge.
Yeah.
And Sean. Yeah, Fire Emblem Three Houses is the game that I will play first. I can't wait to play that. I love Fire Emblem, and I've been missing out since I haven't had a Switch. So I will be there day one with Fire Emblem in hand. Sean, you beat that game and you loved it, or liked it a lot at least. So I'm excited.
How old is Fire Emblem? Like, when did that series start?
Oh, it's
Fire
old.
Emblem 1992.
It's old, yeah.
Okay.
They've been making games for a long time. The well, hold on. What is
Didn't come to America though till the early 2000s. Like Marth and Roy were in Melee before a Fire Emblem came out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's funny enough, the franchise was almost dead. Like, it was really struggling and dying. And then Fire Emblem Awakening, my favorite, came out on the 3DS and really saved and revitalized the franchise. They came out with like some really, really cool story and cutscenes and graphics and stuff. And then they had like a really nice, like, Persona like romance type social link system built in. And it was just really fun and really good. So yeah. Sean, which game do you think you will play first on Switch 2?
I'm going to play Hollow Knight Silksong first on Switch 2, because it's going to be a launch game revealed in April. Hollow Knight Silksong coming to Switch 2 day one. Book it.
It's finally happening. Okay, there you go.
I hope for your sake that it does, because that game has been delayed for what, 4 years now?
Yeah, they just revealed. They actually just had the developer came out and said the game is still alive. But honestly, that game has to be.
I don't understand what's taking so long. Like,
yeah,
it's not that complicated looking of a game to make. Like, I don't know.
Well, it was playable in 2019, so that game had to have been started over. So they had to start the whole game over, I would assume. I don't know. Why
was that one of your fantasy picks? I don't remember.
It was.
Yeah, I'm really excited about Mario Kart 9 being announced and being right about that, because I really think I need Mario Kart 9 if I want to have a chance to win, because I think my picks, looking at it realistically, I don't think my picks are the best. I had some reaches and some games that I'm not super confident are going to be amazing. So I need Mario Kart 9 to come through and help carry me to victory. So shout out to that. All right, let's go ahead and get into our write-in here, which is about the Switch 2. Sean, you want to read our write-in today?
Of course, I'll read the write-in today. All right, this comes from Parks and Wrecked, one of our fellow Spank Bank participants. What features were you expecting on the Switch 2 that were not there? Example for me would be analog triggers. Very straight and to the point there.
Yeah. So what do you think, Sean? What do you wish?
Honestly, I went in with a kind of an open mind. I wasn't really expecting anything, to be honest. Maybe one thing I was expecting would be one thing I was kind of thinking, maybe, like, I wasn't like, oh my gosh, this has to happen, but a cord where you plug into the dock so you can play like a 2-screen game, similar to like the Wii U, where you could use the gamepad as a second screen. And then it would display on the TV. I was thinking about that, but like I wasn't like, oh my gosh, this has to be here. Just so like that was pretty good with the Wii U, because when you're playing Zelda, like, it could be like your item map, and like Mario, you could have your power ups down there and stuff, which is pretty cool. Ultimately, it's not a make or break situation. The Switch is so much better than Wii U.
Oh yeah, no doubt. That would be cool. For me here, I think it's probably the same thing that Hodge is probably about to say. I knew that this wasn't going to be a thing. We already knew this, but I wish it had an OLED screen. I really do, because OLED is amazing. When they do finally come out with Switch 2 OLED, because they will, I'll probably upgrade and buy that, because OLED will change your life, people. Get your life together. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I would say that they pretty much nailed everything that I wanted. We got the system. It's more powerful. It's somewhere between a PS4 and a PS4 Pro power wise. That's good enough for me. If I can play games in 1080p 60 or close to it, I'm good. Hodge, how about you? Anything that you wish was in there? Or?
Honestly, they didn't really reveal much of anything, so there's anything I don't know if it will or won't be in like, because I was kind of hoping it, it's really not about the system itself. It was kind of about the reveal. One, I was hoping for a release date. I was not expecting a teaser for a teaser. And then just other games, or just to say how other games run, if what improves, because really the only thing they showed is there's another USB-C port, I think, and the screen's bigger. That's really all we learned about it. So I don't really know. Like, one thing when they were saying that, I was talking with some people about when they were talking about like some games aren't back compat, is I was like, maybe they won't have the HD rumble that the Switch had. Like, in one, I remember it was a 1-2-3 Switch or whatever that game was called. There was a game where you had to like use the Joy-Con to see how many balls were in like the box you're holding, and the HD was so good that it felt like there were like marbles inside your controller. So I was like, I wonder if that's going to be what they do with this controller, if they're gonna be like, nah, no one utilized it, there's no point in doing that again. So I'm not sure, but I just really want, I just want to see how games are going to perform and the release date. So it's really not, because I expected, when we started hearing rumors about the Switch 2, I expected it to basically just be a more powerful Switch. I didn't expect it to be like, oh, and it folds open and there's 3 screens. Like, I didn't expect anything like that. So my expectations were pretty low. I was expecting basically like an iPhone type upgrade, where it's just going to be a step up. It looks different, but it's more powerful. So I really didn't have many other expectations. So I just want to know when the hell it's going out.
Yes, sir. All right. Any final thoughts on the Switch 2 before we move on to the next topic and final topic?
Just excited for that Nintendo Direct in April.
All right. Yes, we will be patiently waiting for that, and we will definitely be bringing you our reactions and news come April on the Switch 2. So look forward to that. All right, we're going to go and get into our final topic of discussion. Xbox, the number one third-party publisher out there, had a developer direct, and it was really good. They showed off 5 different games. First of all, high-level thoughts. What were your thoughts of the show, Hodge? Did you like it? Did they nail it? What do you think?
I won't lie, I was actually a little disappointed in this one. It wasn't bad, but it just didn't meet my expectations, because the last 2 were so good. Like, everything there. I mean, I don't care about Visions of Mana. It's not a series I've ever played, but the fact that they were able to have Square Enix show up just randomly at one of their showcases was a really big deal. And the fact that both of them had good mystery releases, like Hi-Fi Rush day of, they're like, here, this new game's out, it's amazing, go play it. And then the mystery game of Square Enix showing up. So I was expecting something like that. Instead, we got what we'll talk about, a Ninja Gaiden remake that came out day of. I'm like, I don't care. I'm sorry, I don't care. I only have, we'll get to it, but only 2 of these 5 games I really have any interest in. So it's more of a personal thing of, they didn't do a bad job. It's just my personal taste. It didn't match what happened the last 2 directs. So, but overall, it's a good show. What they do is really cool. I'm happy that every year we get one of these, but yeah, this is just the weakest of them for me. But it's definitely not to say it was bad. It's just not my thing. Or my cup of tea.
Yes. What about you, Sean? High level thoughts of the showcase? How'd they do?
I think I'm a little bit hotter on it than Hodge. I think it was okay. I like Hodge. I didn't like the games that were the mystery game that was revealed, and the 5th game too. I'm not a big, I've never played a Ninja Gaiden game, and I'm like not a fan of the series. I think it was, the shadow drop of like a remake or a rematch. I don't even know, like a remake of the other game. Cool. I'm happy for the fans of Ninja Gaiden. As far as the other games, I would say 2 of them I'm really excited for. One of them, now that we've seen a little bit more of it, I'm actually a little bit less on it.
Oh, all
Yeah,
right.
I think I know what you're talking about. We'll get into it though. All right. Yeah, my thoughts are similar. I thought it was good. I don't think it was as good as the previous two, but it was still very good. I think all 5 games look very good in their own right. They're all coming to Game Pass, obviously. They're all slated for this year, which is cool. So we'll be able to actually play. If interested, we'll be able to play them soon. I think they did exactly what they needed to. I like this format, how they actually get to see and hear from the devs, the passion. You get to look inside the studios. That was pretty cool. But yeah, so that was it. High level thoughts. Let's go ahead and break it down game by game now, in the order that they were presented. So first of all, they came out with the surprise game, and as I predicted, as Midnight predicted in the Spank Bank, they came out and they dropped a banger. Persona 6 was revealed. No, I was wrong about that. I was a little bit off. In the Spank
Little
Bank,
bit.
just a little bit in the Spank Bank, and in the Happy Friends server, I was kind of saying that they were going to drop Persona 6, and that didn't happen, but we'll just act like I never said that. So Ninja Gaiden 4 did happen. Ninja Gaiden 4 from Team Ninja, a collaboration with Platinum Games, which I thought that they were dead, but I guess they're not. I know Kamiya or whatever left, but apparently they're still doing their thing, so they're working on Ninja Gaiden 4. I guess I'll start this one off because I've been going last a lot. I thought this looked pretty cool. I've never played a Ninja Gaiden game before. Not really. I played like Ninja Gaiden 3 on the Wii U briefly just because I needed something to play on the Wii U. But I never got deep or cared. But I thought it looked pretty cool. The graphics look great. It's very visceral, very violent and bloody. You're like dismembering and cutting up people. That's cool. The combat looked kind of Souls-ish in parts, which I think is interesting, like Souls-light maybe. I think this is something that maybe I will check out. We'll have to see. I was surprised. I was disappointed that it wasn't Persona, but I'm like, Ninja Gaiden 4, really? Damn. But it doesn't look bad. What do you guys think? Let's go to Sean. Thoughts on this?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of these games. They don't really interest me. I think everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, the combat, the combat, the combat." I'm like, "This is classic Platinum combat. You can play any other Platinum game and get this combat. Go play Bayonetta 3, you'll get this combat. Go play one of the older Bayonetta games. Go play Nier, you're going to get the combat in Nier." Um but I'm happy for those Ninja Gaiden fans because I know many people were very hyped for this. I heard this story is kind of like crazy. The Ninja Gaiden story is really like just like all over the place, and that is kind of like a turnoff for me. But I know you get to play as like a new protagonist in this game. I think something like
Yeah.
that, and I think that's kind of like a almost like a soft reboot of the series. So maybe maybe it could draw me in. We'll see how it does. I'm sure it's gonna get great reviews. I'm sure the people who really love Ninja Gaiden are gonna love it. And yeah, so happy for them. Happy for those who like it. A little disappointed. I was banking on a new Tales of game, one of those Tales of games, not Trails but Tales.
Mm-hmm.
I was really hoping for that because we're due for one of those. But hey, happy for the Ninja Gaiden fans.
Sonic
Well,
and Tails.
you just got Tales of F or whatever remake or whatever it was called. That's not
Yeah,
good
I
enough
was
for you,
hoping for
Sean.
no, I was hoping for like a brand new
A
Tales
real
game.
one? Yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
that actually is one of my least favorite Tales games, by the way.
What is it called? It's not Tales of F, is it? What is it?
It is. It's like Tales. I forget what they called the remake.
Okay. Well, you look that up, and while you're looking that up, let's go to Hodge.
Yeah, Tales of Grace's F. Tales of Grace's F. I
Graces.
can't
There
stand
you
that
go.
game.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I can't stand that game.
Yeah, you heard it here first. Sean says, "Fuck that game." No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
Hodge, what were your thoughts on Ninja Gaiden 4, sir?
Yeah, I thought the gameplay looked cool. It reminded me of like old school, like OG God of War kind of combat. It was very PS2, PS3 action game. So I thought it looked fun, but like I said, it was really more of a expectations thing of that. I was expecting fireworks and someone just kind of farted loudly. So I just
Cartman.
so it doesn't do anything for me. Like the fact that all of these games are on Game Pass might mean I might play all 5 at some point, but I forgot when people were playing some people were talking on Discord about how they're hopping into the 2 remake, which we'll get to next. And they were saying I forgot how hard these games are, and that made me remember that I've never played them because of that reason. That it was basically Souls before Souls existed, and I don't care to play a game that I'm going to get my ass kicked all the time. So who knows? I might hop into 4 just to try, especially since it's a new one and every game has a journalism mode now. I might hop into it for that, but just to try it. But yeah, I don't care about this series, and it does nothing for me. And I'm happy for Astro and Sensei and the guys who are super happy for it or excited for it. But this, yeah, it does nothing for me. Maybe I'll play it one day just to try it, but probably not. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on, yeah. Next, we'll just go real quick on this because it's super adjacent and we probably won't have too much more to add. But they did announce Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. This is a brand new remake in Unreal Engine 5, so ground up remake, I suppose. It looked pretty good graphically. Is now available right now. Shadow dropped. You can play it today on Game Pass and other platforms. Probably you can buy it. So check that out if you want.
On PS5 too. Yeah.
PS5, there you go. So check that out if you're interested. Do we have any thoughts on this? It's very similar.
Yeah, I think it's pretty funny that the physical version is only available on PlayStation. I think that's hilarious.
There's no physical on Xbox. That's funny.
No. Xbox doesn't do physical anymore.
Well, they're probably like they'll just play it on Game Pass. Let's be honest.
We'll save the money on the case for the the code for the yeah.
Well, didn't Xbox close their like physical department or whatever? Like the department that did physical. I thought they closed.
Yeah, I think they did close.
All I know is it pisses off Claire so much.
Man,
yeah,
she's a physical Chad, huh?
Yeah, she is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Xbox is not the home for physical. That's for sure. They do not give a fuck.
Nope.
All right. So that's Ninja Gaiden. Go out and play it, guys, if you want. It's available right now, and it looks cool. So let us know what you think if you're playing it, if it's any good. Moving on. The next game that they announced was from, what's the name of the studio? Compulsion, right? Compulsion. South of Midnight. We got to see more of that, and it was looking pretty good. Hodge, let's start with you this time. We're mixing it up a bit. What were your thoughts for South of Midnight, sir?
I am... all right. Well, I'm going to say I'm stoked for this game. I want to play this game so fucking badly. It looks awesome. As I've said before, We Happy Few just fell short of the finish line. I thought it was a very good game that could have been like BioShock level great. If they just had a little more time and money, probably. It was a very cool game that just didn't meet what I thought it would be. But this game looks awesome. I love, as someone who is obsessed with stop motion animation type movies, like I love Coraline, Nightmare Before Christmas, Paranorman. I love movies like that. And so having that in a gameplay, and I listened to a little chunk of the episode we did with COG last year, where we talked about the showcase where they showed off South of Midnight, and I said it was one of my most anticipated. And I have to reiterate it here, if for those who had forgotten about it, for being stop motion, it still looks so fluid. Like it doesn't look choppy despite it being a stop motion look. It looks so cool. The reason why I was kind of freaking out when you first called on me was because the only thing I don't like about these dev directs, I'm happy that obviously the developers get to talk and, explain their love for the game. Some of them go on a little too long. And this one, I was like, I'm already excited for this game. I don't need to hear everyone talk about the bayou and all. Like, I don't need this. It needs to shorten a little bit. So that's really the only why I was a little iffy at the start there, but this game looks awesome. I hope it's awesome. It looks so fun. I am so excited for it. And it's coming out in April. So I am very excited to be playing this soon.
Yeah. Was it April 8th, I think? Was that right?
April 8th.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I will agree with you on the pacing on here. I do feel like almost all of these games went on a little bit long. I think they gave like 15 minutes to each game or something, which was a little bit more than what I needed. I could have done with about 6 to 8 minutes, but at the same time, it's cool. I do love seeing and hearing from the devs, and you can feel the passion. Sean, talk to us about South of Midnight, sir. What do you think?
I'm freaking hyped for this game. This is my game of the show. Yeah, this game has completely sold me. I think the $40 price point is perfect for a game like this, especially in today's era when people look at a game like this and be like, I'm not paying $70 for that stop motion junk. First of all, that stop motion is going to be freaking awesome.
Looks awesome.
Hodge, I totally agree with you. I think it looks so smooth. It's like so smooth. The transitions are awesome. I think the whole premise of the story is so cool. I knew it was that it took place in like the southern, Gothic universe, but like the idea that like all of a sudden this dangerous hurricane and all of a sudden there's these like folklore creatures coming up out of it. It sounds like an anime, to be honest. Like you become this weaver and you're trying to like put things back together. I'm really go on.
I was gonna say it's almost like Norse mythology but set in Louisiana. Like it's really cool.
Yeah,
like the
exactly.
mythic beasts are so cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I like the whole idea of her having to weave together things to like fix things. I'm excited to learn more about. They seem to hint at like she has like a kind of a crazy troubled past, and I'm kind of looking forward to like revealing that because there's something with her family history,
Mhm.
and I think that's also going to be like part of the story. So I'm really excited for that. I think that the main character Hazel, I know they had their voice actor on there, voice actress, voice actor, whatever you want to call it. I'm interested in her character. I think she could become one of the more like lovable characters of this year, depending on how the story works out. But again, I think that $40 price point's awesome. I'll be there day one for this game. I'm gonna play it on the Xbox. Day one, I'm gonna buy it. Yep, Sean's buying an Xbox game. Day one, you heard it here first. South of Midnight. The combat looks awesome.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know if I said this or not, but this is the only game there that they didn't have PS5 listed as the consoles that
It's not coming out
on.
for. I'm assuming it will come out later, but it's not day one PS5.
Yeah, I was just surprised because the other four, like they've basically thrown in the towel, like we were talking about when me and Midnight did that episode about what games you should play on PlayStation when they inevitably go over there, and they've pretty much like. Usually, any showcase, no matter if a game was coming to every system, they would only list their console. But now they're like, nah, it's also PS5. We're also throwing it there. But South Midnight, it's an Xbox exclusive for now, which is kind of cool actually. But
yeah. So yeah, my thoughts are very similar. I thought it looked awesome. I love the stop motion graphics. It's very unique. Haven't seen hardly any games do something like that. So I like it when devs and artists kind of take a unique angle at the design. I think that's cool. It's refreshing. So I will be there as well. I don't know if I'll say day one because I'm always drowning in a backlog that I'm trying to catch up, but I will absolutely be playing it. And if we have interest in doing a spoiler cast, then I'll probably rush it so that I can join. But this game, I think it looks awesome. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think everybody out there, if this is something that looked interested to you, check it out and play it. Support these smaller devs. The Compulsion is a smaller team, I think, and they're doing unique stuff. Both of the games that I know them for, We Happy Few and this, are very unique, very artistic, and very cool. And I think we got to support teams like that. So I'll be checking it out. I think it looks awesome, and I'll just leave it at that. Moving on, shall we? The next game. This one is my game of the show, probably Sean's too, if I had to guess. Clair Obscur. Oh, he did say South of Midnight. I already forgot. Okay. Well, his number 2 game, I bet. Clair Obscur Expedition 33. So this was from Sandfall Interactive, I think. My dumbass, when I was sitting here watching this here, I saw Sandfall Interactive and I couldn't picture which game this was for. I was like, is this a Dune game? And then I was like, wait, is this Vampire the Masquerade? And then immediately when I saw like the whole French stuff, I was like, oh, it's Clair Obscur. Never mind. I'm stupid. But yeah, no, this game looks freaking awesome, dude. I cannot believe this game is being made by a team that was only like 7, at least in the dev direct. It looked like there's only like 7 of them. It looks like a super small team. They don't even really have a studio. They said, welcome to our manor. Like they're just developing it in someone's house. Dude, I can't believe how much they're pushing the graphics. They have a huge open world they revealed. I don't know how such a small team is doing this, but it looks awesome. The turn-based combat, it looks amazing with real-time entries and stuff, kind of a la the Mario RPGs, right? You got to hit the buttons all the time. Kind of like Yakuza Like a Dragon. You know, you had to hit the buttons in order to do extra damage and to block and stuff. So that was cool.
Sea of Stars.
Sea of Stars. Yeah, it did. Yeah, bounce around that boomerang and stuff. Yeah, I think it looks freaking sweet. The characters look awesome. The 2 chicks are hot. Shout out to that. Always down for some hot chicks in the video
But
games.
they're French, so they have pit hair though. So
Yeah, I mean it is unfortunate that they're French. We don't really like the French that much, but we will play their game nonetheless. Who wants to start here? Sean, what were your thoughts on Clair Obscur?
I'm a lot more down on this game now that I've seen a little bit more.
What?
wow.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about the next game. Okay.
nope. I think that the creature design and the enemy design looks so odd. I thought that giant balloon-like creature that you like
You
basically
fly
like
around
you're
on.
traveling. I thought that was so weird.
What?
I'm really worried about this game. I'm shocked it's coming out so soon, and they're only pricing it at $50. I think to me, I know I just said that's great for um South of Midnight at $40. I'm a little scared for this game. I think it might be a sign that this has been rushed. They're trying to get this out because they need to get it out. Like you said, they're a small studio. They only have 30 people. I don't like the world design. I think it just looks weird. I don't like the characters don't appeal to me. I'm I'm upset because I was so hyped for this game when they first showed it. It gave me that Final Fantasy and Persona vibes, but now I'm like, oh, I don't know. So I don't know. I just don't like. I think the enemy design is so weird looking. They're trying to be like it looks gorgeous the game, but you wouldn't think those kind of creatures would be in a game like that.
What do you mean a game like that? It's a fictional world where a paintress is
Yeah, but
killing off everybody
I
of a
know, but
certain
look at
age.
look at the creature. The creature design to me does not fit the graphical style they are doing.
Hold on. Let me look up
Eh.
some screenshots. I didn't feel this way at all. I thought it looked awesome. I thought the creatures actually looked pretty cool. I'm looking at a screenshot now. There's like a big dude with like red beard and he's got like a big eye or something in his stomach. I think he looks cool, dude. I don't know. I respect your opinion for sure. You might be right. It is a small team. I hope you're wrong though. I hope it's going to be good. I actually got more excited personally from watching this. Like that big dude that you can kind of travel with was kind of giving me like My Neighbor Totoro vibes, kind of
It's like
like
a
I thought it
giant
was cool.
balloon. It's like a giant balloon-like creature. I
I don't
don't
think
like it.
I don't think that's a bad thing. I hope you're wrong, Sean. I think this is going to be a good game. I
I
hope
hope
they
I'm
nail
wrong
it.
too. I hope I'm wrong too.
Hodge, what were your thoughts?
I have a lot to say about this one. So South of Midnight is the game I'm most excited for from this show. I'm stoked for this game, but this game is actually my game of show because I went from thinking like, it looks okay to actually being hyped for this game. It looks so cool. Like, honestly, the open world reminded me of Rebirth. If I'm being honest, like that's what it was giving me that kind of vibe of. But which what Sean is saying, I'm actually going to agree with as well, because with it being a small team, I could totally see this. Like, that we've had many games where they look good and they come out busted as hell. Everything's glitchy, like, and then it gets a 50 on Metacritic. Everyone forgets about it, and even though they fix it, everyone's moved on. I could easily see that being what happens with this game, but from just going off of what we saw, this game looks incredible. I think it looks so cool, and I am not, as you know, I'm not a turn-based game play person. I've never played Persona, which a lot of people are saying the menus kind of look Persona-ish.
They do
I've
look very Persona-ish.
Yeah, like I've never given a shit about any of that, but this game has me super hyped, and the story sounds really cool. Like a number shows up, and if you're that age, you're gone. Like it's a really cool concept. The only thing that actually I did not like about the showing of this was when the lady had to come on screen and be like, good is not good and bad is not bad. Everyone has gray moral. I'm like, oh my God, you're doing this again. The whole thing. Oh, the bad guy's not actually that bad. And oh, the good guy's not actually that good. I get it. People aren't perfect or completely evil. I get it. But can't we just have games where the good guys are the good guys and the bad guys are the bad guys? I don't need this moral relativism bullshit of telling me that not everyone is perfect. I get it. Just tell me a good story. You don't need to tell me that no one is perfect. But other than that, this game looks fucking awesome. So I'm excited for it. And it's also, is this one also April, right? It's going to be
April 24th.
Yeah.
April,
24th.
yeah. So it's going to be a stacked April. I'm very excited for April. So, but yeah, I thought this game looked awesome. Like I said, South of Midnight's the one I'm most excited for. But I went from meh to pretty excited with this one. So I'm pumped for this game. I hope it, and I
Like I
hope it's
said, I
awesome.
hope I'm wrong.
Oh
I
no,
hope I'm
yeah,
wrong because I want
yeah.
to be excited for this game.
Yeah,
I
I know
want this
you're
game
not
to
sitting
be
here
good.
like this game's gonna suck, and if it's good, I'm gonna feel bad for being wrong. No, this everyone wants this game to be good, and I really hope it is. But like you said, after you said that, you did make me think like, oh yeah, there's been a lot of games that come out that look awesome, and then they come out busted or just janky and not very good. And I could see that with this, but I hope it's not the case. I hope it's more of a, instead of a Flintlock Siege of Dawn, I hope it's more of like Eliza P, where people are kind of concerned, but then it comes out and everyone loves it. I hope that's where we are with it, but we'll see.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just give my thoughts here because I didn't really give my thoughts too much yet. I think it looks awesome. This is my game of the show. I think it looks great. My only red flag to this is that it is a small team. When they're talking about doing a huge open world, that does make me think that they might overextend themselves, maybe overpromise and underdeliver, which I think is what Sean is hinting at slightly. I did look at images of the monsters because I couldn't remember them, and I think they look great. I don't really have an issue with this. As to where they come from, I don't know. Maybe story wise, she's a paintress, right? So maybe she paints these monsters to defend her, and you have to beat them. That's possible. We'll see, though. I think it looks really cool, and I'm hopeful that they deliver a great game. They are. I did notice that all these games are kind of coming in rapid succession. April and May is getting packed, boys. We're going to be busy, it sounds like, because we got South of Midnight April 8th or whatever, and then this was like April 26th, and then the next game was May, right? Early May for Doom.
Yeah, and then you're gonna have GTA 6 May 15th. It's gonna be crazy.
There you go. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. But yeah, so that was Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Our takes are slightly varied on this. We all hope it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good. We'll see. Any final thoughts on that before we move on, boys?
No.
No? Okay. Sean, are you going to pick that up day one, or are you waiting on reviews? Just curious.
I'm gonna wait. I'm definitely waiting on this.
Smart. Never a bad idea to wait and see the reviews. All right. And that moves on to the final game that they showed. This was my pick in the fantasy draft. I'm expecting this same game to carry me to greatness here. Doom, The Dark Ages from id was shown off. This is a highly anticipated game. One of the most highly anticipated games that Xbox has. Maybe just a little bit shy of like Fable and stuff, but it's up there. What did you guys think of what we saw of Doom, The Dark Ages? And we're going to start this time with Hodge. Go ahead, sir.
Doom is a series that I understand plays really well and people love, but I've never fucking given a shit about Doom. I don't care about gore porn. I don't need to chunk demons to feel good about myself. I don't know. Like, I just don't care about Doom. I'm happy that people are excited for this game. It looks cool. Like, don't get me wrong, the graphics look awesome. The gameplay, like I said, the fluidity of Doom, it looks like they play amazingly. I have no issue with that, but it's just this heavy metal music while you're just chunking up people. It seems like a game that would be designed by a school shooter with a manifesto. I don't care for Doom. I'm sorry if that's mean. I don't care. I just don't like Doom. I've never cared about this stupid fucking series. I never will. And I hope people enjoy it, but I don't care about this game. So,
okay,
yeah, that's what I have to say about it.
I hope most of the reviewers don't share your sentiments because I need high scores for the fantasy.
Oh no, it's gonna review amazingly. Me
so.
personally don't give a fuck about Doom.
Okay, let me go. I'll give my thoughts here because we're mixing it up. So Doom, The Dark Ages, I was super excited about this, not from I want to actually play it perspective, because I am like Hodge. I don't really care that much about Doom, but I'm super excited about this because I want it to be great for fantasy purposes. And I have to say, Sean, this was the game for me that I was a little bit down on after seeing it, because I feel like they're moving away from what made Doom 2016 and Eternal so great by slowing it down and simplifying it. This game, they really emphasized multiple times that you're going to stand and fight. And the gameplay that they showed looked a lot slower paced. Like you're just kind of like standing there shooting, throwing your shield and stuff. Whereas previous Dooms was all about, like, I didn't play them, but from what I've heard and seen, it seems to be all about like heavy metal music while you're moving around really fast and fucking up demons and blowing them up and stuff. And there's like this frenetic, kinetic gameplay experience. And this doesn't, it seems like a different flow, a different experience. Yeah, the metal's still there, and it looked cool. And they did reveal that there's difficulty. And part of the difficulty is you can turn up the speed. So if you are a speed freak, you could turn it up. But just out of the box, it seems like a slower, more methodical, tanky. They even related it to a tank, experience. And I just hope that it's still. I hope it still hits for Doom fans, and I hope it reviews well selfishly, because I got to win this fantasy, baby. But yeah, I'm a little bit down on this, slightly from what I saw. I think it looks sweet, though. Maybe I'll play it one day, but I'm not a huge Doom guy, like Hodge said. Mr. Mason, what did you think about Doom: The Dark Ages? What were your thoughts?
I think this looks just much more like Doom. I really like Doom 2016. I like Doom Eternal. I did notice that yes, they are slowing it down. They're focusing more on like the melee combat. It's more of like a standstill combat, and I think that might have a lot to do with like they're setting it in a medieval setting. They're trying to go back, like, oh, obviously there's still gonna be crazy guns. This is Doom. There's gonna be crazy guns. There's gonna be crazy blood everywhere. There's gonna be bullets flying everywhere. But I think they're trying to emphasize, hey, this is a medieval setting. This is a little bit different. We want to try something new. And Doom 2016 was much more run and gun, where Doom Eternal was run and gun, but they introduced some other concepts that slowed it down. Like a lot of the weapons, you could jump, and when you jumped, it changed like how you shot and how you like the weapon output that you had, like the way you shot, stuff like that. The guns kind of changed when you jumped. That kind of slowed you down a little bit. I think that they're just trying to introduce something new. I mean, Doom's such an old franchise that you can only have so much. I am excited for this game. It is. Part of me is really excited because I was late to Doom. I only played 2016 and Eternal. They're some of Claire's favorite games, and she really wanted me to play them, so I did play them for her, and I really liked it. And she's really hyped for this game as well. I'm excited. I probably will get this day one.
Okay. You going to buy this one too, or Game Pass?
We don't have Game Pass in my house.
Okay. You're supporting the devs. I like it.
And it's on PS5, so.
Oh, it's coming to PlayStation too, right? Is it day and date, or did they announce one?
Yeah, it's day and date, yeah. I'll buy it on PS5. Claire will probably buy it on, well, it depends. She's kind of anti-Xbox right now with the physical stuff, so she might buy it on PC. Which is funny, because I always get mad. I'm like...
Which, there's no physical on PC.
I know. And I said it to her, she's like, but it's not the point. If I'm going to play on a home console, I want my physical disc. I'm like, all right, whatever.
I understand.
Man, everyone's ditching Xbox for the PC, it seems, because I might do the same eventually.
she's been PC for a while, but like she still likes, like, she will not play Halo on PC. It's like that's
most people don't. Yeah, it's a console game. Okay, all right. Any more final thoughts about Doom? I think we all had our piece there. No, we good? Okay. So that was the Xbox Developer Direct, and that is Gamesoverplastic, episode number 26. I think we've covered just about all we wanted to say here. This was a great episode. Please clap, everybody. We haven't done that in a while. Please clap. Episode 26 is in the books. We love and appreciate you guys. Let's go ahead and go around the circle and give our final thoughts here. Hodge, final thoughts for GOP 26, sir.
No, everyone's going to hate me after this episode.
It's like, fuck Doom. It's for school shooters.
Yeah, but no, I'm happy we got that we found time to do this episode, because I'm busy tomorrow. Actually, I found out literally as we were about to start recording, my cousin texted me saying that, remember, there's a concert tonight, so I'm actually going to leave here and go to a concert. I completely forgot that was happening.
What are you seeing?
Backstreet Boys?
A guy, yeah, I wish. A guy named Alex Williams. He's like a country rock guy. He's really good. But
okay. All right. Awesome. Final thoughts, Sean Mason. What you got?
Great episode. I really like talking video games with you guys. Like I said, South of Midnight's gonna rule. Hopefully Claire Obscur is going to be great. Hopefully I'm wrong, which I don't say often, but hopefully I am. Doom is going to be great. I know it is. Yeah, Ninja Gaiden, happy for you fans. And Switch 2 is going to rock. Mario Kart 8, Mario Kart 9, not coming out this year.
Boo! Be quiet. I need it. You want me to even have a chance to be competitive? I need it because I reached with some of my picks. Some of my picks were not the best. I mean, I got Trails in the Trails. Pick 3 was a super
dude.
reach.
You could have got that in like the.
I could have got that like my 8th pick probably. I hope it's good though. I hope so.
Funny.
Yeah. So shout out to everybody, gamers out there. Can't wait for Switch 2. I'm super excited. Xbox, you did a great job. I'm probably going to play. I'm going to try Ninja Gaiden. I'm going to play South of Midnight. I'm going to play Clair Obscur, and I may play Doom. So yeah. But this has been Games Over Plastic episode 26. Thank you guys so much for your love and support. Leave us comments, leave us likes, subscribe. We appreciate you. We're going to go ahead and get up out of here. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
What do you do for fun around here? Play checkers or something?